Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is my crystallography part 6 video. In this video, I will discuss about the radius ratio of tetrahedral, octahedral and cubic void. To calculate the radius ratio, we have to know about the void space of a lattice system. Void space means the vacant space available in the lattice system. After forming a closed pack lattice, there are also some vacant space available. That's why in one of my previous videos I calculated the packing efficiency of the FCC, BCC simple cubic system and ACP system also. Now in that vacant space or after forming the lattice structure, there are formation of tetrahedral, octahedral and cubic void space. Now tetrahedral, octahedral and cubic void space means they are different because of the different number of atom forms that void. Now when 4 atoms reside in closed pack manner and the vacant space available between them is known as tetrahedral void. When 6 atoms reside in closed pack manner and the available vacant space is known as the octahedral void. And in case of cubic void, when 8 atoms reside and the available space between them is known as cubic void space. Now when this void space is generated, that is if anion from this void, because generally anion forms the void space or anions from the lattice because of their larger size. Generally not always, the atoms which has larger size, it may be cation or it may be anion, this will form the lattice system, and in that void space the smaller ion will reside. Now generally anion from the lattice, if anion is in the from the tetrahedral lattice then or octahedral or cubic lattice system, then there is a limiting value of the oppositely charged ion or cation in case of when anion from lattice. There is a limitation of their radius which can reside in the void space. So in this video our motive is to calculate the radius ratio to know the limit of the cation and anion radius which are forming different types of structure. Now let's say in case of now let's see in case of tetrahedral system, when these 4 atoms form the tetrahedral void, this blue colored atom. Now in that void space another atom or it may be the anion or it may be the cation, another ion or another atom, it may be atom also reside in that void space. So there is a limitation of the volume available in the void space. So there is a limitation. Volume is related to the radius, as atoms are considered as the Hertz pair model. So their volume is 4/3 pi r cube, that is the volume which is available is also related to the radius of the atom. So there is a definite volume available when 4 atoms form a void space. So our aim is to calculate the limiting volume which is in term of the radius. Now these blue colored atoms from the tetrahedral void and another atom is reside in that void space, and we can see that if it is considered as a cube and the edge length of cube is a, then in the face diagonal position the blue colored atoms are reside, that is their if their radius of the blue colored atom is capital R, then R plus R, that is 2R is equal to the face diagonal, that is √2 into A. And the guest atom or the incoming atom which is in the void space, that is the orange colored atom. The relation between the radius of the orange colored atom and the blue colored atom and the edge length of the system is that they are reside in the body diagonal position. So there are also in the opposite sides, there are also a blue colored atom which is not shown here. The R, capital R plus capital R, that is 2R, plus if the radius of the orange colored atom is smaller, then this diameter is 2 into smaller, then the summation of 2 into smaller plus 2 into R is equal to the body diagonal of the cube, that is root 3 into A. Now replacing the A by 2 into capital R divided by root 2, we can get the radius ratio in case of tetrahedral void is equal to smaller by capital R is equal to 0.225. Hence, a atom which has radius 0.225 times of the radius of the host atom, or which is generated the lattice system, is the limiting radius of the ion which can reside in the tetrahedral void space. Now in case of octahedral system, 4 atoms in the plane and 2 atoms are the out of plane, that is one is below the plane and one is above the plane, and in the void space another atom can reside. Now for calculation of the radius ratio, we are considering only the atoms which are in the plane, like that. The blue colored atoms are forming the octahedral void, and in the void space there is the green colored atom. Now the distance between two blue colored atom is A, which is base of a right angle triangle, that is the radius, if the radius of the blue colored atom is capital R, then 2 into capital R is equal to A, and if the radius of the green colored atom is smaller, then 2 into smaller plus 2 into capital R is equal to root 2 into A. Now replacing A by the value of 2R, we can get the ratio of smaller divided by capital R is equal to 0.414. That is, if the radius of the atom which is in the void space is 0.414 times of the atoms which are forming the void space can reside in the octahedral void. Now in case of cubic system, 8 atoms reside in this manner, and in the void space there is another atom. Now if the radius of the blue colored atom which are forming the void space is denoted by capital R, then this then 2 into capital R, that is R plus R, is equal to the edge length of the cube. If the edge length of the cube is denoted by A, then 2 into capital R is equal to A, and the atom which is in the void space is in the body diagonal position of that cube. That is, if the radius of the green colored atoms is 2 into radius of the green colored atom is small r, then 2 into small r plus 2 into capital R is equal to body diagonal of that cube, that is root 3 into A. Now replacing the value of A by 2 into R, then we can get the value of R by smaller by capital R is equal to 0.732. That is, if the radius of the atom which is in the void space is equal to 0.73 times of the radius of the atoms which are formed the void space, it can reside in the cubic void space. That's all about radius ratio calculation. Then if you have any queries, please comment on it, and if you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.